People, we are back. Do I need to reload my stream? This hasn't even started. Bloody hell. We have just seen Golden Point in the other game. We'll see how this one goes. Oh man, I've lost my pen. It's all gone to custard. It's on the floor. Nah, it is just ads. Are you guys just seeing ads? Sam's at the game. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I've got ads. What's going on? Nice and sleazy, man. How's it going? How's the family? Lindsay, Trent, Slatrix. JP's keen for the Reds. Alad's keen for the Brums. Alaran is thinking Brumbies maybe will get an undeserved win for this one. No ads. So are you guys seeing pre-match build-up? Like, is Sky New Zealand mucking this up, or is it just me? It's literally got ads for the bloody basketball on. Jesse's saying go Brums. James says Reds. Star Leo says there's more than 20k expected for this one. That would be awesome if they can get it. James is in the UK. Zion saying ACT all the way. Ewan saying the other direction. And Slatrix is still angry that the Landers lost. Pre-match crap with Drew Mitchell. Am I early? Does the game not start at 9:45? What is the deal, people? Adrian, man. I am going good. Give my back a wee stretch out. So things are good. Why don't I take this moment to set up the scoreboard? Reds 0-0 Brumbies. We will switch the color scheme to red instead of blue. Here we go, and let's check that up. Boomfa. Game hasn't even started. World Rugby has no build-up. They're not even on the field, Sam. What the? I looked up the time. It said 9:45. May have pushed back due to the Golden Point in the other game. Maybe. Adrian, the new place is good. It's had a few. One day it was tapping on the walls. One day it was cockroaches. One day it was my son making a guest appearance. Yeah, it's been a bit, but it's been alright, eh? I want to get some stuff to put on the walls there eventually, because I feel like that'll help block the sound. Right, I've actually got game coverage now. It's just the crowd. The crowd looks pretty solid, actually. A bunch of boys, schoolboys wearing shirts and ties. That's got to be a private school. Better open a beer. I'm way ahead of you, mate. I am ahead of you there. Time difference, it should be 7:45 over there, right, in Australia? Or is it 6? Queensland don't do the daylight savings thing? I always forget how it works. Philip is saying go Brumbies. Bit of a mix in this one tonight, eh? World Rugby started their coverage as well. Nice. 7:49 in Canberra. It is 9:49 here in NZ. I polished off the rest of those chips during the break. Big V8 show, man. How's it going? 7:50 in Queensland. Okay, it's the same time as ACT. Big V8 show is in Hong Kong. JP's in Queensland. Elliot says, I love the pre-match. Swear to God, why do they bother doing it? So you can see the guys breathing. Breathing, look at them breathing. Loosening up their faces. Reckon it'll be a tight game. Novmum, I would say so. Yeah. Maybe not Golden Point tight, but should be pretty tight. And we're going to live stream Crusaders Hurricanes. Maybe. That's on in the afternoon, which is usually when my kids are still out and about. So we'll see how the weather's looking. Where can you watch it? World Rugby, if you're in most countries. Warm night for Brisbane. Wallabies rules has Reds by 5. Super Sport started coverage in South Africa. I think I picked the Reds by a small amount in this one. What did you guys pick? Who by who? How much? Reds haven't come out yet. In Canberra, it's 10 degrees. Brisbane, 24. Well, Australia is a massive country. What can I say? AU, I picked the Reds. I don't want to say. War Thunder has picked the Reds by 2. Adrian's picked the Reds by 8. Actually, you're the same as me, Adrian. So this is how unprepared I am for my move to either Australia or New Zealand if the job gets sorted. I just looked at where Perth is and there is nothing around there, only a big city on the west coast. Yeah, Perth's out in Western Australia. There's a bit of mining out that way. High of 31 here where you are on the Gold Coast in autumn. Bloody hell. What's the weather here? 2 cents weather. Weather here is a balmy 19 degrees. 19 degrees. Tomorrow is more of the same. Rain and 24. On the UK, George, mate, I think this is on the World Rugby site, actually. Yeah, World Rugby showing it for free. Fleshin is back. What's the Super Rugby AU table looking like, Connor? It's the Reds 1. It's the Brumbies 2. These are the 2 teams playing today. Then it's the Rebels and the Force. And then it's the Waratahs way at the bottom. So this is the top of the table clash, this one. Adrian, I will tell you when the kickoff, and it is boomfar just now. Game clock is at 5 seconds. If you guys want to sync up, where can you watch this in Australia? Stan Sports. I don't know if this one's free to air, either Channel 9 or Stan Sports maybe. I love cold weather, actually I'd happily swap. Adam, this is not the first time the AU guys have done this to us, eh? 5 minutes late, maybe almost 10 minutes late. I don't know what's the deal. Maybe letting people in took a bit longer than they thought. Don't know. You're ahead of me again. I'm closer to Australia than you are. You should not be ahead of me. Where can you watch in New Zealand? Sky. In New Zealand. Sky Sport. Nick White puts boot to ball. Haggerty's under it, but he knocks it. Brumbies will have a crack. White puts another one through. It's too big. Campbell will touch it down. Looks like a good crowd in Novmum. It really does. Really does. Better than we usually see Suncorp for the Reds games, to be fair. I'll even make a note of that. That's a fair call. Credit where it is due. Queensland has got out for this one. Like, it's a big stadium, so it's not easy to make it look decent. Brisbane Broncos are so trash that people decided to show up for a winning team's game. That's usually the way though, isn't it? I think. When the Broncos were all conquering, nobody wanted to go see the Reds, who were not doing well, apart from the diehards. But Auckland is the same with the Warriors and the Blues. So it's not unique to any one place. Good results equals good crowds. Yeah, that's just the fair weather fans, Adam. As casual fans, it makes sense. Not everyone is a die-hard rugby fan who watches kind of too much rugby. How big is the stadium? Oh, it must be 40, 50,000. It's pretty big. I've not been, but it's pretty big. Penalty to the Brumbies. Will they take a shot at goal? Waratahs may be able to break in attendance of 50 at the next game. Yeah. 50,000 seater, there you go. So yeah, it's a pretty big one. If it's even a quarter full, it looks empty as. So they're doing all right. Why do you have massive stadiums in the Southern Hemisphere harder to fill and costly? We don't have, at least in New Zealand, we don't have one national stadium. So the All Blacks don't have a Twickenham or a, Millennium or a Aviva kind of thing. So they have to move. So like our guys are on a roster kind of thing. So each ground knows they're going to get an All Blacks test probably once a year, maybe twice a year if you're Eden Park kind of thing. So they budget for that, But it's stupid for the most part because they're usually half empty. Right, Brumbies do not opt for 3. They opt for maul time. Very kickable penalty. They have declined. They want big stadiums for big games, but the big games are so few and far between, Finals should be at neutral venues. The advantage to having one big stadium is you can always play the final there, and that will probably do well. Like if you know where the final is going to be 6 months in advance, you can plan your travel around it. But in Super Rugby, you find out 1 week beforehand, so it's harder to plan. I don't know. Get the kids out. It's maul time. Get the licorice. Get the salt and vinegar chips. It's maul time. Yeah, but that first maul from the Reds was absolutely phenomenal. Try again. I get the feeling the Reds have been practicing their mauls. Oh, this one's looking a bit better though. Faianga's got his eye for the line. He's just short. Maul time, licorice, salt and vinegar chips with 2 cents face t-shirt, make it happen. I am going to meet a guy next week about some merch, actually. A local guy who wants to do some merch, so yeah. Be careful what you wish for. Did you feel bad for Ireland after New Zealand absolutely smacked them out of another quarterfinal in 2019, Owen? Yeah, I mean, obviously I wanted New Zealand to win, but it does kind of suck that Ireland went out again in a quarterfinal. Yeah. Distinctly remember going to watch the Stormers in Super Rugby and Curry Cup. Stadium was always 80% full without fail. Sad to say, after 2013 it started getting smaller. That wasn't just Newlands, man. That was all over the place, You watch they constantly like to show old clips of old Super Rugby games on Sky New Zealand, and the old games, they were like test match crowds sometimes, man. It was crazy. Give me some licorice, salt and vinegar chips, and the Long Dong beer. Absolutely. Merch hype, indeed. It has to be a long dong one. Yes. I can't wait to have that conversation with the guy when he's like, so, what kind of merchandise would you like to get 2 cents branded on? And I say, long dong. It looks like Faenga's gone over in the corner, by the way. Let's have a look. He looked pretty bloody close to the line. TMO time. On-field try. Oh, nah, that's not a try. Nah. You'd want the long dong Chinese symbols at least. Yeah, putting it in English might, put it like in Roman letters may not look the best, eh? That can't be a try. Oh, maybe. Okay, nah, he did get it down. That's fair cool. First I thought the leg was out, but nah, it's not. That last view was super clear as. One of those Super Bowl games where in Wellington, amazing crowd, commentary said decent crowd could be better. Yeah. Well, people had less to do back in those days, I guess. Maybe have it with both sets of characters for the long dong beer. Maybe. I've never actually seen what the official long dong one looks like. I made the mistake of Googling long dong in search of long dong beer. Make sure you put beer in, otherwise forget about it. Not safe for work. Jeez, not good. No social media in 02, exactly right, Adam. And he's missed the conversion, so it's 5-0. Yeah, there was no YouTube. There was just, I mean, there was still stuff to do, but yeah, less social media stuff, that's for sure. Chiefs game, Jonathan, mate, it was okay. Had a cracking finish, but there was some pretty dry bits to it. Started with a hiss and a roar. Make sure 3 cents rugby isn't around. Yes, if I'm Googling anything like that, goodness me. Not good for the wholesome nature of the family, huh? We're supposed to have COVID and wear masks. Can't see masks in the stands. Is that the rule in Brisbane at the moment? Or is it not in lockdown? And yeah, Jonathan, I'm going good, man. I hope you're going well in your side of the world as well. I hope it's not too stressful. Get long dong face masks and long dong pants. Long dong everything. Second half was better for the Chiefs game, it's true. It's only you and Gareth Mason who do Super Rugby watch-alongs. Is that right? He drinks a bit more than I do, I think, eh? Like, he doesn't just nurse it like me. He properly goes for it sometimes, him and his mates. Rule is masks, you live in it. Fair enough. Masks here on the bus, that's the rule. Absolutely freezing. Sorry to hear about it, Jonathan. It's been piddling down here, if it makes you feel any better. Your dad's watching. If he's confused about what the long dong thing is, it's a brand of Taiwanese beer, which is his unfortunate name in terms of it being said. Whoa, what a hit into touch by Pattaya on Samu. Bloody hell, what is it with Samu getting pushed into the into the whitewash by outside backs. This is not a good look, man. He's going to lose his reputation. Samu braces to be like, come on then, son. And then, boom, bloody hell. Remember McGregor did that to him, I think it was, or was it Ralston? For the fours, absolutely smacked him silly. Oh, man. Smashed is right, Sean. Pataya's great, but it's a shame there's no Paisami today. I missed that. What happened? Did they replace him last minute? Because he was named. You could do a list of topics discussed on the back of t-shirt merch, like a world tour. Oh, God, I can't even remember everything all around, man. Gardening recently, beers, for sure. Movies at times. Calf injury. Oh, I missed that, man. Thanks for the tip. So who did they change him with? I haven't actually noticed. 2 cents gardening. Yep. Definitely need 2 cents gardening. So the new Stormers jersey, I did look at it and it does look pretty slick actually. They're putting some discount on it. Chiefs ruined your Super Brew and mine, mate. I picked the Landers as well, foolishly. That lineup didn't look particularly straight, but McDermott's knocked it on anyway. Come and cameo in your movie, bro. I don't do anything related to horror movies. Nah. I can't do horror movies, eh? I can do, like, Aliens, like, that's fine. Like Nightmare on Elm Street, that's pretty exaggerated, that's fine. Jaws, like that kind of stuff. But I can't do like Saw or Hostel, like nah, can't do that. The bus story in China, yeah, the bus story in China, goodness me. I'm lucky to be alive. Mrs. 2 Cents cooking, yeah. What's to come first? Me to cook dinner or the Blues to win Super Rugby? Or Blues to just beat the Crusaders? I haven't cooked dinner once since we moved house, which is a shameful thing, but I've cooked a ton of breakfasts, so yeah, I'll say I'll make up for it. Put you in a non-scary scene, okay. More like Halloween, sort of. Yeah, Jason still gives me the creeps. Excited about Trans-Tasman. Connor, mate, I'm mostly just excited to see how the Reds go. I'm not excited to see what happens to the Tars. Jaws is a comedy movie nowadays. Yeah, kind of, isn't it? It used to give me nightmares as a kid. Oh, late shot on Jock, maybe? And then Jock Campbell gives him a wee shove. Bit off the ball stuff. Bit of feeling in this game, I think, people. 12 minutes and 50 seconds is where we are at. The Reds have just kicked for touch. Just outside the Brumbies, 22. How is rugby league doing over there compared to Union? In South Africa, you don't play it. I don't know how the NRL's doing at the moment. Probably pretty well. Right, Reds line out. They've taken it. I'll say this Tars gets slaughtered almost every game. That's what I worry about. Tars versus Crusaders will be a horror movie. Yes. Are they playing each other? God, I hope not. Aussie locks and angry pills. I don't know. Opposite of short man syndrome. Tall angry man syndrome. Whoa, Valtini's just nailed. Was that Salakai Lotto? What about the Blues Tars match? Conflict of interest. Blues all day. Oh man, Tom Banks is flying. Stewart's not going to catch him. No way. Well, that's not Stewart. Who is that? 13. Who replaced Paisami? Couldn't recognise him with the headgear. Maybe that's not on his face. Flesh and Big Will is still around, but I think he's... Oh, what a pass. And what an intercept. That angle is not very flattering to Tom Banks for the way he runs. Yeah, he had some family stuff going on, I think, but I think he's all good now. Another try, people. The Crusaders and the Tars play each other. Oh, if they play each other. Yeah, they'll need a mercy rule. Man. Oh yeah, Big Will is at the game, that's true. Yeah, but he hasn't been on the channel that much. He hasn't been on the streams that much. He's been a wee bit on Twitter, so yeah. Man, Ellard picked the Brumbies. So far, so good. Leinster versus the Tars would not be pretty. Is Lola still going to get this one? It's a tough kick. It's on the right side though. Lining it up. One step, two step, 3, 4, boom. And that looks much better. Much better. 12-0. Boom fire. Good conversion. 12-0. Munster versus the Blues. That could be an interesting one, actually. Picked the Brumbies, but bet on the Reds. Ellen, oh. That's unfortunate. Does Marshall still commentate? He does. He does. Is Nick White playing for the Brumbies? He is. He certainly is. Reds have just won a penalty. The shot clock being used in South Africa. Adrian, man, I haven't seen it. What's the deal? Are they on a 60-second shot clock or what? I've seen it in the top 14 before, but it's still like a full, what is it, 90 seconds? Do you believe butchered tries are funny? I laugh when it happens. There's YouTube videos dedicated to butchered tries, and some of them are hilarious. It's amazing how many are in sevens. Right, here we go for the Reds. McDermott gets flattened. Is that fluke at 13? Bloody hell, I didn't even know you could play 13. 90 seconds for a conversion of 60s for a pen. Okay. That's good if they control the time a bit better. I've seen that clock on the top 14 as well, so yeah. Yeah, Adam's seen it as well. It's the only place I've seen it before. Dylan's, yeah, called it. It's fluke in the centres. Do I drink spirits, man, Vander? Not for ages. I do have some Chinese spirits here, but it's nasty stuff. I generally used to drink rum and Coke. Nothing classy, nothing top shelf. If you could do... Oh God, Rico's showboating LRI, man, don't get me started. 6 club rugby team tournament, any 6 teams in the world, who would they be and who would win the comp? You got to have Crusaders, you got to have Reds at the moment, although not in this game. You got to have Leinster, you got to have Exeter. Who won the top 14 last year? Toulouse? That's 5. And the Blues, maybe? It's kind of tongue-in-cheek, that one. Probably not the Blues. Nah, the Bulls. The Bulls, absolutely, from South Africa. That'll be it. Who wins? Oh, Crusaders, probably. They win bloody everything, but I'm just a burned, old, tired Blues fan, so don't let me get you down. Has to be the Bulls. The Bulls have got a huge team, man. Bordeaux finished top, but that's because they cancelled earlier. Right, thank you, Rory. It makes sense. McWright. Is it McWright or McRae? Maloney always calls him McWright. Right, here come the Reds. Hegarty, inside ball was that forward to Jock Campbell, who passes it in to touch. So to Leinster, so you're not alone. Yep. Bulls were comfortably beaten by the Sharks. But wasn't that when the Bulls played their B team? I know they got an absolute shellacking, but didn't the Bulls not play many of their big guns and the Sharks played a pretty strong side? I haven't been following the prep games that much, but I did see that result. Prefer the Sharks to show the G-Man some love. Just that Bulls side is just stacked with big guns, eh? What was that pass? I don't know. I don't know. Big old loopy Reds pass into touch was not the kind of accuracy you would want to see from a team that hasn't lost a game yet. Lions or Springboks? Man, that's a question that we'll find out in a few months. O'Connor is going to make it 12-3 with that penalty. They are on the board. Do you remember when Dan Carter got in trouble with French police for his drink driving? Yeah, and I remember thinking, like, what's the legacy going to be of the guys like McCaw and Carter? And although Carter had the flashier role, McCaw is probably more well-liked because he's a wee bit more on the humble side, which Kiwis like. He never played overseas, which we like. He retired at the top of his game, so Richie hasn't mucked up like that yet, but I mean, DC still seems like a pretty good bloke. Trivia time. Did I not ask the trivia question? Where's the bloody lid? I must have put it in the bin. I'll grab it in a sec. Queensland used to be a full house. Now it doesn't even look close to half capacity. Oh, mate, this is a good crowd. This is an amazing crowd. This is a really, really good crowd for the Reds. When you're doing your Lions pick, you're going to get big hits for that. Flesh in, I'm going to get big hits and it'll get lots of views, and I'm going to get big hits and people are going to call me an idiot. Yeah. The Lions team... Oh, I don't want to move the laptop. It's still under this laptop. It's on paper. I haven't filmed it. Oof. Chiefs are on a bit of a roll. Don't know if they can beat the Crusaders. I'll back them. Give it a crack, man. Checker doing punditry. I don't know. Why does he do it, hey? He must just love it. He doesn't do it for the money because he's rich as. He's a millionaire. He's got a business. Live stream the Lions 15 pick. I never thought of that. Far out. That would be bizarre. Nah, I got to pre-record it and then watch the carnage unfold when I pick Owen Farrell. You think I'm joking? It'll be empty next week after this. Well, they did come back in their last game in Canberra, so you never know. But the Brumbies are about a metre away from the Reds line if you're not watching. They've gone 6 phases. The ball's slow. But it's a try time for Tom Wright. No, he's been pushed into touch by Brendan Paenga-Mosa. Hell of defence. Tom Wright thought he would kind of step him back, but too sharp. Even I'll say things if you pick Faz. Come on, man. Farrell was off form, but he's still a very, very good player, right? He can cover multiple positions. The other guys, Sexton, Bigger, and Finn Russell, pretty much play exclusively 10. Surely you need a guy who can play more than just 10 in the squad somewhere, but someone to cover 10. You can have Hoggy as there to back up your 10, but if you're starting 10, if you play Sexton or Bigger and they get injured within 5 minutes, would you want Hog running the show against the Springboks for like 75 minutes? I don't know. Live stream the team reveal and watch the dumpster fire in the comments live. I don't think I can do that to myself. Farrell on the beach or Farrell on the bench? I get the feeling you meant beach. Nice food takeaways would have Farrell on the bench. Farrell goes, but unsure if I'd start him. As a pure 10, I'd pick Sheedy over Faz, but Bigger over Sheedy. On the bench, right. Russell at 10, no question. Everyone is pretty sure who they would have at 10, but nobody can agree, eh? I put a poll out on YouTube about that. Who would you play at 10? And I gave the options of Farrell, Sexton, Bigger, and Russell plus other. And people were like, surely it's George Ford. I'm like, is it really surely? I don't know. Maybe. Is it Bigger? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think it's surely anybody. Anyway. It'd be so funny, especially if you only include one Scot. I wouldn't do that, man. Not after that Scottish Six Nations. Scrum time for the Reds, if you're watching. Big scrum. They've just monstered the Brumbies, but they've taken the penalty quickly. No, back for the advantage. Bigger at 10, Russell on the bench. I like Russell's ability to add some value as a live wire from the bench. But what if you want to go 6-2 split? You need someone who can cover more than one position. You need your Franz Steyn kind of guy. Russell's a 10, out and out 10. George Ford is bang on average. I know, I don't think he's that flash either myself. I think he's solid. But like people in comments will be like, bro, he is clearly the best 10 you've got to pick from. I'm like, I don't know that. I don't think so. 5-3 split on the bench, you reckon, Rodri? If you go 5-3, you can probably fit in Russell because you got that extra cover. But the Springboks will go 6-2, surely. Yeah, I know, Kakana, man. You sometimes just need to ignore those people. Like, I said Hamish Watson when I picked the squad a year ago. And people were like, you're a moron. Curry is miles better than Watson, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, bro, they can both be good players. Next minute, Hamish Watson gets Six Nations Player of the bloody tournament. Okay, well, I'm going to take that as a win to myself. But again, just because one guy's good doesn't mean the other guy's bad. He can be good, and he can be good, and Tipperick can be good. Van der Fleer can be good. Levy's good. There's lots of good guys. Anyway, I'll not get ranty. I think the Brumbies are about to get warned for a yellow card because there's a fair few infringements going on. Have a chat. The next one's going to go to the bin. You need a 6-2 against the Box because they're going to wear you out. I would also probably go 6-2 as a... I mean, it depends. Do you want to go head-to-head with the Box and try and outmuscle them? Or do you want to do something a bit more left field and go with a Finn Russell and go something a bit, out of the box? Tipperick 6, Watson 7, Faletau 8. That Finn was just mean. Yeah, that was a bit aggressive, wasn't it? I'm going to get that bottle cap. I'll feel wrong if I don't know what that question was, in case it's a golden one. As I rummage through the bin in my house. Rummage, rummage, rummage. There you are. Thankfully, you're at the top of my bin. What do we got? Jock's lining up a penalty as I read this one. Bro, this is... I don't know that this one's Googleable. That's a very specific question. Yeah, here we go. He's kicked the penalty. We have 6 points for the Reds. Interesting they didn't keep the pressure on with the penalties mounting and the yellow card warning, but it's worked for the Reds before against the Brumbies to take the points when on offer. Six points to 12. Reds need try time. Yeah, I'm always a fan of going for the jugular when you've got the yellow card warning. By taking the 3, you kind of take the foot off the gas. But like I said, that worked for them last time. Trivia for the day. Who was the 2015 Dunedin Club Rugby Player of the Year? Bloody hell. I don't know, that's Googleable. Now because they only need a converted try to be in the lead. Yeah, I get the logic, eh? But I feel like if you've got them on a yellow card warning, if you can keep pushing, you'll either get the try or the yellow card. I mean, there's obviously potential you muck it up, but yeah, I don't know. Adam Knight. How the hell did you get that, Ellen? Is that Google that efficient? Impressive. Most impressive. Impressive. Adam Knight. Adam bloody Knight. There you go. Not Ben Smith. Weirdly specific question. Because this is a Dunedin-based beer, that's why they ask a lot of Dunedin-relevant questions. Fluke puts a ball through. It's very awkward for Muirhead. Is that a try for Hegarty? Did he knock it out of Muirhead's hands in the tackle? What is happening? Rando, I was actually thinking the Darth Vader voice when I said that. Literally Googled the question as you phrased it. There you go. Ellen's just a very clever bloke. Knows all the club rugby Dunedin answers. Is it forward? It's forward off Hegarty. Tough. Tough. Very tough. Cheers, Mr. Sleazy. Appreciate it, man. We're going good. Happy days. There's a lot of rugby on. What can I say? It's not a bad thing. Yeah, that was a... Anyway, it's a knock on to Hegarty. Sun in the eyes again for the TMO. Brad Thorne is just like, mate. Could you do a 15 team, but one player from every country in the world rankings? I did it at the World Cup. I did a player from each team at the World Cup, I think. The one thing I learned from that video is that most countries have got at least one good loose forward. Like, it's harder to get world-class props than it is to get world-class loose forwards. Or maybe elite loose forwards. There's a lot of very, very good loose forwards. But yeah, props, the set piece boys, it's a lot harder. Same with 10s. Not many countries have elite, like, you know, not many tier 2 nations would have a proper elite 10. Although you guys will probably tell me some exceptions, but you know what I mean. Some mustaches in that crowd. That's Queensland. I'm sure JP's got a rock and mo. This is a bit of a... Oh man, Pataya's... Was that Pataya? He's got it. McGinsey's probably the best tier 2 10. Probably. Plays pretty regular minutes for Sale, eh? In Romania, you're either a prop or a lock. We need a Gaza t-shirt. Any more Dunedin questions, Ella? Not that I can think of. Actually, I have a beard. Never done the mo, to be honest. Give it a go. In November. You guys have got me questioning my Lions team now, but I will I'll record it next week, so I'll have a bit of time to mull it over. I'm also questioning myself whether you go head-to-head power or do you try something a bit more, I don't know, quick, agile. I can't say Gats will go anything but power game, but anyway. Gazenberg that just says run it. Yeah. If you guys have never been on one of the live streams of my old man, generally, at times like this, he'll be run it, out, nah, pass it, you bloody idiot. That's pretty much it. Use your wingers. What can I say? He scored 2 tries, flanker, for his school. Didn't get selected for the first 15. Yeah, the Reds lineup, I mentioned it as well before, eh? It has been a wee bit dog's hind leg, isn't it? That one wasn't, and the Brumbies won it. I feel like the Lions is meant to cause conversations, arguments. Yeah. Yeah, it's such a divisive thing, eh? Where people get really wound up about certain players and start bagging off other players when they're all good players. Anyway. 50 missed tackles, yeah, that's it. Gaza Hall of Fame. Never a perfect team. That's right, eh? I mean, you could literally name the team that Warren is going to pick, and people would still be bagging it. People will bag Warren's team when he picks it. I watched James Parsons and Bryn Hall pick their team, and I was scoffing all the way to the bank. So it's just human nature, isn't it? It's kind of being done with minor Pacifico. I'd love to see equivalent for the Lions, Pacific Island team touring. Kakan is not buying into the Lions tour, not this year. I don't know, man. I'm pretty pumped, eh? Partly because I haven't seen the Springboks play in forever. And just because it's Gats' 3rd time in charge. And there seems to be a genuine... I don't know, like number 9 is still a hell of a question. Me and Ella were talking about this the other day as well. Who the hell do you pick at 9? There's no like DuPont amongst the 4 countries, so it's a genuinely tough question, that one. It probably depends on what kind of game you want to play as well, eh? How could you even watch Parsons and Hall? It was a bit of a stretch, that one, I'll admit. Maybe it's because it's Gatland in charge again. Hardy or Williams is Alan's opinion. Yeah. It's hard though, because Williams only played like 1 game, wasn't it? Yeah. Nine, 10 and locks, you could pick anyone from them in positions. Yeah, the locks one is one where you're blessed with talent. The nines one, I think, is one where you probably need to pick a guy who's going to fit the way your team wants to play, though. Eh? I don't know. Anyway, we've only got a minute left in this first half. I've spent half the time talking about the Lions tour. It is still 6-12 to the Brumbies. Last 5 penalties is on screen. 4 of them were conceded by the Brumbies. The Reds have one last chance just outside the Brumbies 22 before we go into the sheds. The Reds have won their own line-up ball, but it's about as messy as it gets. I think the hooker ended up winning his own ball there, essentially. Criticism for the Lions in 2013 when he dropped O'Driscoll. Yeah, didn't he pick Jonathan Davis, eh? Even in New Zealand, that made shockwaves like, oh my God. But yeah, Gatland doesn't pull any punches. He doesn't have a quota. He doesn't go on reputation. He picks who he thinks is going to win. Prediction. 2 cents picks Alwyn Jones and everyone comments angrily about his age. Lock it in. Absolutely lock that in. That is a must. Nick White is going to have a heck of a penalty shot before half time. Look at that mustache. Why didn't Tupou run straight? I know. He's been watching too much Tyke Furlong. Bro, he's nailed it. He's nailed it. Whoa. Six points to 15. Half-time yet, Darnell. Indeed, mate. It has just gone half-time. Holy is right. What a kick. Most impressive, Rando. Indeed. That's all Tupou's won. Japan had a few forwards in the mid to late 30s that put in a real shift to the World Cup. Yeah, man. Like, I honestly don't care about the age if the performance levels are there, eh? I think it's just a cop-out for people who want to find something to moan about. Oh, man, Hank, you are still around. You're watching the Premier League? You got a birthday party to get to. I don't envy it. Did I see the Reds versus Waratahs game a few weeks ago? Yes. I watched all of them. I can't remember. Did the Waratahs get a hiding? Probably. Or was that a close one? It's been too many games. Big Will. From beautiful Suncorp. Good crowd and what a game. The crowd, mate, is bloody very easy on the eye. I will say it. It's proper. Like Suncorp, I was saying earlier, is a hard ground to fill up because it's such a mammoth, but good man. Good to see you. Reds are missing Paisami. Is true. Fluke ain't that same threat on attack, is he? Yes. Adam, sir, thank you for the super sticker, mate. Much appreciated. I will get one more beer. Big Will's going to go get some more half-strength beers. Thank you for that, Adam. I'll grab a beer. Well, Big Will goes to get his beers as well. Right, cheers again, Adam. Hope you're going well. It was York, wasn't it? Random sports questions. Trivia, yes. Yes. And the prices will be full strength. The beer strength, not so much. Eden Park's beers are horrendously expensive, but yeah. What do we got? God, my eyes. 2014 New Zealand Ironman winner. Marco Albert. Marko Albert is from which country? That's a pretty easy one to Google, I would imagine. And now, Rodri, there hasn't been any roaches, thankfully. Yeah, no, it's been good. Italy, no. Australia, no. Beers are expensive. I can buy a car for the price of the beers. Yeah. Yeah. What is $28.50 in New Zealand? It's probably like 30 something bucks over here. Nah. It's a no. JP got it. Estonia. I was trying to think. It's not the Balkans. What are those countries? Like Latvia, Estonia, and one other. What are those countries called? Can't think of it. All right, Bill Will, man. Take care of the Baltic countries. That's it. Balkans, Baltic. Oh, that's why I got it confused. Lithuania. That's the one, man. That's the one. If the Brumbies win, Queensland Rugby might actually die. Surely not. It's a competition between JP and Ellen for Spates trivia questions. Baltic states, yeah, man. I was going to give you guys a clue, and I kept thinking Balkans, and the other part of my brain was going, it's not the Balkans, you idiot. Anyway, possession, 61-39 to the Reds. Territory, 53-47 to the Reds. What else have we got? Clean breaks, 2-0 to the Brumbies. I think that's one of your killers. Penalties conceded is 5-9 to the... Oh, the Brumbies haven't conceded more. Interesting. Estonia was the last country you were in before all this crap hit. Oh, man. That's pretty nice, though. Estonia is a beautiful looking country. Valtini's a madman tonight. He's been fired up on defence, that's for sure. Anyone know why the Rebels have the player's name on the jersey? You haven't noticed it with the other teams? Shonik, I don't know, actually. They did that for a little while in Super Rugby when I was a kid. I assumed it was like a marketing thing they probably got from America. The Premiership teams, do they universally do it? I know some of the teams do it. But, yeah. I assume it's marketing, eh? Drew Mitchell's glasses look expensive. Do you know any good rugby quizzes? Nah, not really. So Reds to drop a game. Love, Mum, they can still come back from here. They can definitely still come back from here. I think they do the names on the jerseys for league. Yeah, I know Exeter Chiefs definitely do the names on the jerseys, but not the substitutes, which I found always a bit weird and confusing. Bit hard to put out player names against numbers because they move around so much. Yeah, I feel like that's always been one of the kind of like both good and bad things about rugby in that the jersey is bigger than the player. Like nobody has a hold on number 7 black, right? Like that was McCaw's jersey for a long time, but now it's not his anymore. Whereas in other sports, like the number belongs to the player and they can retire the jersey, especially American sports. So I don't know, it's different. Since when you reach 50k, you could be asked to present Blues Fan TV. I don't think so. I don't really like the idea of working for anybody else for that kind of stuff, but I guess you just do whatever comes to you, man. Yeah, I don't know, eh? Don't know. My club started practice again soon and will be sponsored by a medical marijuana cop. Nice. Oh, you want rugby trivia? That's what you're asking for. Oh, Ella was asking a question. One that I looked up yesterday. How many tries did Julian Savia score against the Springboks? That will be mentioned in a video of mine at some point. Then 2 cents would be a sellout. Oh man, I don't know. I like what I'm doing, man. I like being able to do videos on stuff I want to do videos on and not have to do it anybody else's way, right? So, yeah. Have you ever smoked weed? Surely not. Didn't Julian score 46 tries in like 51 games? He did have a very good try scoring record, but what about against the Springboks? Scored a few against the French and the English, I think. Be your own man. Exactly right, man. I feel like if you were to go to work for like the Blues TV, your market is way smaller than the whole rugby world, which is what this current market is. I just got to add for Spates, by the way. Didn't some teams use letters instead of numbers? I think Leicester used letters, right? Is it just me or did the bus disappear for a couple of years? Rodri, yeah, pretty much. He just got a bit bad. He wasn't able to break tackles anymore, and he wasn't as quick anymore. So he just got less effective. I think age, man. He just got a bit older. This is true. Squid used to do weekly videos for World Rugby, but still got to be himself. Interestingly, those videos, like I watched them a bit, they never did that well, eh? Like his own videos do really well. But his content for YouTube had like a modest following, right? And now they seem to have switched to Ugo Monye, right? And Rory has got it. Julian Savia only scored 1 try against the Springboks. That's it. Jonah scored none. Julian scored 1. And both were pretty prolific try scorers for the All Blacks. So I found that a pretty interesting little stat. Big reason why Julian got dropped was because of it. Ioane? Yeah, that too. But like for the Canes, after he got dropped, he just wasn't putting in the numbers, man. Gaza is better than Savia. Well, Gaza scored 2 tries against, I don't know what team. He'll tell you one day. I don't think I ever saw Squidge's World Rugby videos pop off in the feed. That might be right. It's harder because a lot of people would probably turn on notifications for his channel, but not for World Rugby, because World Rugby put out heaps of videos which you might not be interested in. That's why I don't ever tell people, hey, turn on notifications for my channel, because I put out that much bloody video. They're not going to be for everybody. Some of it's European, some of it's Super Rugby, some of it's like world rankings. Not everyone's fussed on everything, so... Squidge's World Rugby videos were not really Squidge. It seemed like he had to follow World Rugby's format, probably to a degree. Squidge collab. I've never actually spoken to him. I have tweeted with him a couple of times. He seems like a nice bloke. Rugby channels struggle to get put on notifications. Is that right? Clark. Oh man, Clark's been quiet for the Blues. Again, I need to look at the numbers. That's my mission next week before school holidays, because next week is my last free week before my son starts 2 weeks of school holidays. But I want to get the Super Rugby stats all input into a database so I can track that kind of stuff and actually say, yeah, Caleb Clark's been quiet and here's why. He did do one with G-Man, that's right. Kick off in the second half. I am at 40 minutes and 10 seconds. Nick White with the box kick. Boom fire. Nobody wants it. It goes into touch. Smash that like button. Who was the first person to say smash the like button, eh? Instead of click, use, press, smash. I don't know that I've ever used that phrase in any video. Smash the like button. I don't know. Oh man, that one wasn't straight either, surely. Yeah, I watched G-Man's collab with Squidge. It was pretty good. And yeah, G-Man asked him how he got his name. Basically, how he named himself Squidge Rugby. The Hulk is probably the first one. He said smash the like button. See what you did there. I'm not sure. I just know it is used to make fun of YouTube shills. Aggressively push the like button. Yeah. I mean, it's weird because I've always thought, like, if you like it, you'll push like. But then one guy actually commented on my video. It was like, bro, can you please tell me to push like at the end of the videos? Because if you don't tell me, I'll forget. I was like, oh. I still don't remember to do it. I've got my shtick that I just do in my head. I always wrap it up pretty much the same way. It's hard for me to insert like remember to like and subscribe and share and support me on Patreon and donate and use this link to buy a VPN and buy World Rugby Shop gear and blah, 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 blah. Boom for that like button. Maybe that could be a thing. I could probably turn that into my own. I could steal that from Justin Marshall. Yes. I only pressed it because you mentioned it. Exactly, Jesse. Yes. Well, Tupou's doing his best like furlong impression, but what is the referee blowing that one up for? Bit of obstruction. People have done tests and people get away with more likes and subscribers when a YouTuber tells them to like and subscribe. I should start doing it then. I just feel like it becomes redundant when you say it every time, but I guess you have to say it every time. WTF Tupo, indeed. He wants to run it. You'll have to plug 2 cents merch, I know. If you don't plug it, people don't see it. That's fair enough. I like a beginning as I feel I will help pay those whose vids I'm watching. If you like the video, remember to press the like button. If you're Rico, remember to press the ball down. Oh, man. Oh man, Valtini looks fired up, but that pass has gone to grass. We are still 15 points to 6. It's 44.5 minutes gone. The Brumbies are just outside. The Reds 22. Scott Young tackled Lolosio. Probably didn't have a clear release, but we'll keep going. Loose ball from the Brums. Don't recode that like button. That could be a thing, eh? Brendan Paengamosa has just won a pretty important breakdown penalty, so the Reds will get out of jail. We need a me oh my yes. I have enjoyed that yes boy button. Oh man, that's actually, I may write that down, eh? I think instead of just saying smash that like button like everyone else, saying something like boom for that like button, or me oh my yes I enjoyed that like button, that could actually be both relevant and not redundant and not cliched. Ellen's like 40 seconds ahead. And he's not dropping spoilers, so we appreciate that. I am at 46. The clock seems to have paused at 03 for some reason, even though the game is still going. 04, there it goes. I'm subscribed to 30 channels and most remind watchers to like before you go. Yeah, like I said, they say you should do it. That's just when people tell me to do it, I'm kind of like, don't tell me what to do. If I wanted to subscribe to your channel, I would have done it. Subs to percentage, like 60% unsubbed. It's, I think, pretty standard. All these props are sidestepping, I know. What size are my rugby jerseys? Most of them are XL, 2XL. I've generally been more cautious with the ones I buy online. I usually go 2XL just in case they are small. I'd rather have one that's a bit too big. Maybe speaking nonsense, but I'm not sure I agree with the Tannoy system playing some sound effects during play. I think it's deliberate done to distract the players. Super Rugby likes putting on sound effects. I'm not sure about the rest of the world. Right, scrum time. Sebastian, yeah, you missed a lot. The Brumbies have been doing all right. Here in Ireland, that's never been done ever. Yeah. And Super Rugby in the park anyway, they love blasting music at every opportunity. I guess they think it's keeping you engaged. It's different from when I was a child, when any break, my dad would just be yelling at the ref or yelling at some other person in the crowd. Maybe it's my dad's fault. They were just trying to drown him out. Can you sign into BB Sport in New Zealand? You can. If you try and watch the content, it tells you're in the wrong zone unless you use VPN. My son has a Chiefs jersey. I won it for him in 2014. His name on it. But it would be like a tent on him. My kids put on Force jerseys this morning and it was like a Wizards cape. Cape? Wizards? What do Wizards wear? Robe? Yeah, it went down to the floor. Cross kick from Jock. What a kick. Campbell gets it. Now the Reds are on attack. Run it. Yes, run it. Out. Out. Advantage. Spin it. Oh, fluke. What a fluke. How did he score that one? Unbelievable. All from that magnificent James O'Connor cross kick. Yeah, that was probably one of the best tries of the evening, if not the best. But how did he bump off that Muirhead tackle? It didn't even seem effective. Pete Summer needs to learn how to do that. Right under Rob's nose. Nice one. See, run it equals try time. Gaz's advice is right on the money. Exactly. The camera work is way better in Super Rugby AU. Jack, Stan Sports is putting a massive effort into it, more than they ever did with Fox. So, yeah. Alan says, I did say if the Reds score next. Man of your word, what can we say? I hadn't actually remembered. But you did. Credit to you for it, man. Cheers. Appreciate it. Straight out of the Gaza playbook, which was run it. Is he going to get the conversion? He's nailed it. Well, Alad, mate, your bet on the Reds is suddenly looking a wee bit more possible. So, yeah, cheers again. Thank you for that, bro. Yeah, and Muirhead, they'll be having a word. Jock for Wallabies number 10 all day. Yeah, I think so, eh? Gaz's advice for kick is run it. Yeah. What's funny is, if I can tell you a Gaza story. Oh, maybe I'll wait till the next break. When there's a penalty. If I remember. The Brumbies are actually kind of hot on attack, so I'll give it a second. Oh, they won a penalty. So, I used to play cricket when I was a kid, right? And by the time I was in, I would have been probably almost a teenager. Maybe I was like 12. I was starting to know that my dad's advice was not always the best advice, right? I was starting to click. And he would be the umpire at cricket as well. So he would, like, you know, when you would have like your team against the other team, one dad, usually a dad from that team, would umpire one end and the other dad would umpire the other end. My dad was umpiring me and I was bowling. And he said to me, like, he's coaching me, he's like, bowl a fast one. That was the advice. Bowl a fast one. Like, I was a medium pace bowler. So I deliberately bowled the slowest ball I could bowl because I was getting to the age where I don't want to listen to what my dad says. And I got a wicket. I bowled the guy. It was just like a slower ball. And my dad's like, see, told you to bowl the fast one. I'm like, yeah, anyway. Oh, here's trouble. Tom Wright has just immediately hit back for the Brumbies. That's brutal for the Reds. Best story you've ever told was when you got stuck in the bus doors. Yeah, I was in China, bro. Got my head stuck in the bus doors. It was not a good look. Guess is a wise man. Yeah, basically. The Reds didn't need that. No, they didn't, man. Yeah. Yeah, I speak Chinese, man. My Chinese is alright. People have already tested me on that in the last stream. Passed with decent colours, I think. And I can certainly speak more than I can read, that's for sure. But China was good. No, I like China. It was really fun. Really cruisy, big, convenient, cheap for some stuff, but the pay was low, so... He's nailed that conversion. Absolutely won't get a better strike than that one all night. What a kick. Oof. Chinese was not too hard to learn, I think. It's got a high entry point because of the tones with the speaking and because of the characters. Yeah. You guys are using too much Google Translate. 2分钱, 2 cents. Whoa! Was that a Falcon charge down or was it just a legit charge down? Game time, Jonathan, mate, we're at 56:30. 56:30. Was that out on the full? Has Banks judged that? Oh, he's just missed it. James O'Connor is smiling like the luckiest man on earth. Your reading ability shows that your Chinese is better than restaurant ordering. Hey, I suppose. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Alatoa. Oh, no. Oof, 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 oof. Oh, okay. They've I thought they might have had another look at that just from the first viewing. Indirect contact, bloody hell, not by much. High shot slipped up, they reckon. Sketchy, but a fair call. Yeah, we'll take that. I mean, we don't want to see any cards, ideally. If we can avoid it. Frost's come on. Apparently, Paisami went off before the game started, man, so they had to play fluke at centre. I didn't actually hear that call, but Star Leo mentioned it earlier. Reds could use a score. Champions Cup predictions. I thought Leinster, based on the extra week's rest, but I could be well wrong. That's going to be a titanic game. La Rochelle are going to be tough to beat. Oh, I'm starting to get a bad feeling for the Reds, It's not. It's not. I don't know. Oh, they just need to run it, basically, yeah. Just run it, guys. Come on, run it. O'Connor's trying to keep them chill. We actually had an ad like that in New Zealand when I was a child, where it was just people yelling at their TV, don't kick it, pass it, don't run it, kick it. I don't remember what they were advertising. Don't kick it, pass it. I'm sure it was an ad campaign for something. Does anybody else remember that? Man, the Reds. They're in their own half, and it's, I don't know. They just look rattled, Big home crowd syndrome for the Reds. Yeah, you might be right, Fleishane. It just doesn't quite feel there. Don't pass it, run it. Do you remember that, Grant? That was an ad campaign for something, right? How can you have a blinder in the second 40 when you eat 4 hot dogs at half time? Nutrigrain. Was it really Nutrigrain? 2 games have gone down to the wire. This one's a bit meh. None of the games have been super slick. I think they've all been a bit stop-starty. But, yeah, I don't know. Rob's still got the Reds to win by 3. Whoa. I mean, I guess 2 scores, but... I don't know. You're just kidding. Oh. I don't remember what it was for. It was definitely for something. Don't kick, hit, pass. Don't kick it, pass it. I can't find it. Well, the Reds are losing, mate. They are. They've been the second best team. in this game for sure. But they do have the ball inside the Brumbies 22, so goodness me, you never know. One try will make it all look a different picture. I think this has been the best of the weekend going off the first hour. You might be right. I'm not sure if that says poorly about the weekend or good for this game. Pataya's going to put boot to ball. Good kick. Was he inside his own half? Is that a 50-22? I think it is. I haven't seen one of those for a while. We haven't seen bugger all of them in Super Rugby AU, to be honest, but that's a good one, that one. A 50-22 hype. Here we go. Do something with it, Reds. Come on. Make it a 2-point game. It was a great kick, Craig, yeah. Perfect. They got advantage, the Reds. Come on, do something mental. O'Connor with a chip kick. Dalgunu got it. Fluke. Yeah, just run it. Run it. Out. Get it to your wingers. No. Run it. I can't wait to do a live stream with him next week. I missed that. Another cross. This one's to Gary Owen. Oh, Pataya. Has he got it down? He's got it down. What a try. Okay. Nice. Nice. Get the salt and vinegar chips, people. We're celebrating. The game is alive. 2 kicks, 1 cross kick, 1 Gary Owen. It's madness. With advantage, there was a maul. It's all over the shop. What's a try? Huge man crush on Jock right now. Exactly. Gazza will not start saying kicker. I don't think so. Didn't know Geordie could play 14. Yeah, he's played a wee bit on the outside backs, actually. Pataya's going to be key for the Wallabies all through the World Cup. Yeah, he needs to just stay fit, eh? Like, he had a few injury woes because he came through really young into the side, but he's had a good run, so if he can stay fit, hell yeah. Nicely done. Try it, score it. We don't care what you do. Get points on the board, boys. Big kick here for Jock. Is he going to get this? And Novmum is right. Now is game on. Big crowd watching. Big penalty. Oh, he's missed it. They will need a try or 2 penalties to go in front. Bugger. Yeah, that was a really important kick and he did not get it. When I went to the World Cup in 2011, I swear he takes a kick for goal in the game against Ireland, where in the pool stage where Ireland beat Australia. and the whole crowd, I don't know if you can hear it on the audio, was just chanting Bieber, Adam Bieber, because he had his Justin Bieber haircut. Maybe he had flashbacks to that one. Don't know. Ewan, man, how's it going? Is that Richie Morgan in your picture? Considering the last 10 minutes, oh man, the games this weekend, the last 10 minutes have all been mental. So yeah, let's see it. See what happens. If they get another chance, even with 5 minutes left, take the 3 for sure. Whoever scores next wins. If the Brumbies get a converted try, I think it'll make it pretty tough. But if it's a penalty to the Brumbies, we could be in for another long one. We'll see. Nick Berry is probably the best Aussie ref right now. Might be right. Fluke has put the hammer down, but he has been eventually brought down. Hegarty's playing halfback. Salakai Loto. They got advantage. The Reds have got advantage. At 68:08 on the clock. It's been a knock on. We will go back for the penalty. That was a big tackle, man. Otherwise, Fluke was going through. Liam Wright's on as well. I didn't see him come on. Whiteboard fridge development. I still have a whiteboard and I still have a fridge. They are yet to make their powers combine. Who do I have in the Crusaders game? Oh, I've got the Crusaders all the way to the bank, Jonathan, mate. Don't know. I need to turn my chair around because my back is that of a much older man. Maybe I am just an older man. Tupou's the one who knocked it on. What's a good New Zealand beer? There's a lot of craft beers, but I don't know. I just tend to buy what's a bit on the cheaper side, man. Steinlager is probably the most well-known one. Maybe? Don't know. JP knew it was a Captain Planet reference. Indeed. Batman, man, how's it going? This game has the tension. He's got to kick this. It's straight out in front. Straight out in front. Allard, man. The Reds haven't won it for you yet. But he's nailed the penalty. Thank you, Allard, bro. I will get myself a proper chair as well. I had my office chair from work, but I had to give it back when I left my job. So, yeah. Thank you, brother. That's way too kind. Way too kind. How much have you got on the Reds? Need a spreadsheet for all the funds. Well, the TV one is done. That's sorted. If the Reds win, you get 150 squids. Oh, nice. From your accumulator. How many games did you have to accumulate? Was it just the Super Rugby ones? If you called the Force, then that's a hell of a accumulator. Oh, the Brumbies have got a penalty now. Man of the match so far, I don't know, eh? Tom Banks had a pretty good intercept earlier. Jock's been running the show. If you want to go for a flashy back. You did call the force. Bloody hell, you're a genius. No wonder you're in the field you are, man. That's a hell of a call. Right. Key moment here for the Reds. Oh, here's trouble, man. Oh, it's kind of splitting up. It's ugly. 44 likes so far, 65 people watching. Oh, man. The tension's starting to build. Oh, the Reds have kept Elliott alive with a big penalty forced by, I think it was McCrate, or was it Scott Young? Don't know. 72 minutes and 50 seconds is my clock. Elliott is in desperate need of the Reds to go down the other end and score some points. I'm in desperate need of a chair, but we're sorting that out. I should get that sorted tomorrow, hopefully. That was on the plan for today as well, but the weather just piddling down made it a wee bit more difficult. We'll get there. Definitely getting there. I called the Tars over the Brumbies last week. Let you down for over 100. Oh man, it's brutal. Game of the weekend. Yeah, this one is... It's doing well, isn't it? It slowed down a wee bit in the middle patches, but nah. Murphy! Come on, Reds, get in their support. O'Connor puts a big hole up and under. Bit too big. But the Brumbies have still knocked it on. And Fluke's forced into touch. Quasi, good morning. Good afternoon, good evening. Udo's on as well now. Effing run it. I know. Why am I not sitting on the couch? Because if I was sitting on the couch, I would be watching on that TV. And that's something I don't want to do from this distance. Yeah, I have enough trouble identifying who's the players from arm's length. I can literally touch the monitor of the computer. The couch is next to me, facing that TV. So next week, there'll be a different TV there, and there'll be me and Gaza on this couch, and your guys' camera will be facing this way to look at the couch, and me and Gaza. And you've just seen the dirty PS4, yes. Which I didn't pay for. I won it in a competition. Nothing wrong with the free PS4. Scrum penalty, Reds. Udo's got it from the back. Right. He can't get his arms free. He doesn't need to. He's just going to keep running. Run it, man. Out. One of the Brumbies guys is out cold on the deck. It's 14 on 15 here. Where's the medics? Another up and under from James O'Connor, even with the extra man. That's surely not the right call. And this time Tom Banks seizes it in the air. Pete Samu's not in a good way, is he? I think he's got a Crusaders tattoo on his arm. What happened to Pete Samu there? Why does he end up injured from there? Did he... Can't tell from that angle, but it happens at the scrum. Dan McKellar, what's the message? He doesn't want Elliott to have his come back again. Oh, man. Hope he's alright. What happens there? We've got the spider cam we should be able to see here. Looks like he just bangs his... Does it bangs his head on someone's back? I don't know. I can't see what the heck happens to him there. Shoulder contact was dodgy. Twisted the neck from there? Maybe, eh? It didn't seem... Yeah. It seemed kind of innocuous on the first couple of looks, eh? It must be his neck. Head on head, you reckon? I'm watching Samu. Is that a head on head? I don't know. How much time? The clock's off at the moment, so I can't tell you, but it's about 5 minutes. Definitely the game of the round, both New Zealand and Australia. Daramundi, if I had to go through every round thus far, I think I'd be picking more Aussie games for games of the round than the Kiwi ones. The competition's been pretty good. It's not been without its bad games, but yeah, no, I think overall it's been a good watch. We don't get to see these games in the UK anymore. I think they're on World Rugby. I'm sure a few of these guys are watching in the UK, so you should be able to get it, man. And Shonik, yeah, it does seem like a bump. It seemed pretty innocuous, but I guess that can happen. Rob says, can we see if Jock is all that? This is the kick to put the Reds in front. 76 minutes, 15 seconds. Four minutes left to go. Massive kick for Jock is indeed correct. There's a bit of a hush around the stadium. James is limbering up. Jock going for the lead. If he wins this, he's the GOAT. I haven't seen it yet. Has he got it? Rebels Force, most of the game was super slow. It was, bro. Yeah, both of the Rebels Force games have been pretty average. But the second one had a great finish. What a kick. He has flippin' nailed that one, folks. The Reds are in front. Man. Cracking game, folks. Still time for the Brumbies. You beauty, says Hachiban. Fleishan's holding his breath. Starleo says it's class. They need a good exit here. Hegarty kicks it straight around halfway. Lolasio's going to run it straight back, so they'll be defending not that far out from their 22, to be fair, man. Still heaps of time. Heaps of time. 2 whole minutes. They're in the right edge of the field. Hegarty's kick was a bit of an average one. They won't want to concede anything here, the Reds. Be very careful. Roll away. Doesn't need to. Maybe a drop goal. Well, man, the Kiwi teams couldn't kick one to save their lives. Great gets out of there. How's the Brumbies handling going to be? Frost. How many phases is this? 7 phases. It's hard to look away from, folks. Anything can happen in 2 minutes. We've got a minute and 40. No, a minute and 20, sorry. We're at 78-40. They're not setting for the drop goal at all. Nah, JP, at this point, it's tackle! 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 Tackle him! That's how you go. Lolosio gets tackled. It's 11 phases. Still good hands from the Brumbies. Good rolling away from the Reds, if that's a thing. Frost is a big ball carrier. Salakai Loto does well to get out there. Samu, he's still healthy. Tackle, that's right. I'm visualizing it as you type it. There's only 15 seconds now, man. The 17 phase is gone. I don't know what's going to happen. The tension's brutal. They're about 6 meters out. Is that a penalty or is it a knock on? The ref had his hand this way. Now it's a turnover. Daugunu boots it long. Is that game? He's not kicked it out. What are you doing? Was the clock not up? What's going on? I'm confused. This is weird. It's weird as it's the same as the first game. I don't know what the hell's going on. Why didn't he just kick it out? The clock on the screen was dead, but that's not the one that the game uses, obviously. The referee put his hand out initially for advantage, but then he said it was a turnover. They've, at least for the Reds, they've got the Brumbies back towards the 10-metre line. 6 phases. Brumbies have still got the ball. Absolute chaos. That's exactly right. Here's trouble. Nah, Reds have still got it under control. Pataya gets out of there. I'm impressed with the Brumbies handling, man. How many phases of... Oh, what, they've just knocked it on. I cursed them. I'm sorry. They had gone like a ton of phases both times. The Reds get it done at the death. Oh, man. They went through like 18 phases the first time, 9 phases the second time. Bloody hell, under heaps of pressure. 24-22. That crowd has been treated to a bloody good game. Massive. Man. Crazy. That's a good one for Queensland rugby. If you're going to get 20,000 people, you might as well have a good game like that. I jinxed them. As literally as I said, their handling's good. They literally dropped the ball, man. Mental. Grant, bro. Cheers for that. Crazy game. Thank you, man, Grant. Grab yourself a beer after you finished your work. Jonathan is going... maybe to work. Get up, son, says Big Will. Good one, man. What a finish. What a mental finish. Ellen is a winner chicken dinner. Good on you, man. Shonik says, cheers for doing all the live streams, man. Well, I'm glad I got to share that with you guys instead of just sitting there on the couch by myself, because I don't know what the is going on. And then when I see you guys' comments, I know you also don't know what's going on. What is going on? Why didn't Daugunu kick it out? Was the time not up? Bloody hell, I don't know. All good, man. Oh, man, JP. I said 20, I'll make it 30. What a win. Jock, run it, tackle it, win it. Exactly. Party at Big Will's house. Cheers, Shonik, man. Grant, Allard for before. JP. What a crazy one. Absolutely crazy. Crazy. Yeah. Big Will, man. What a game to go to in the flesh. Well done. Whew. Okay, boys and girls. Yeah, thanks. That was a good one. Very fun. Very fun. Yeah, I'm not going to get up in 4 hours to watch the European game, but I will watch it after I get up. Hopefully I can go to sleep after that one and not ponder what the hell Daugunu was thinking. But anyway, yeah, Quasi, I'm not sure when the next stream is, I'll have to have a look. Oh no, maybe tomorrow afternoon if we can do the Crusaders and the Hurricanes, but I'll see how my kids are going. So yeah. Anyway. Yeah, take care everybody. Cheers again. I will see you guys for another one sometime soon. Enjoy your night, enjoy your morning, enjoy the rest of your day. Good game. Take care, everybody. See you.